Well, guys, I'm back again. Working on the 1963 Austin Healey. I've been working on the Mustang over there, and that's been taking up most of my time. So it just got cold, and I could heat one half of the building at a time, so I figured I'd come over here and fart with this thing for a while. So I've been cutting rust and taking the car apart. Takes more time to cut it apart than it does to fix it. Let me give you a look-see. All right. I was really surprised the fenders and the doors came off fairly easy. I was really dreading that because I was sure that it was going to be a problem. Let me show you the rust that I'm finding. The main piece that ties everything together here, you can see holes in it. I've already cut 90% of the bad off of it. The top half is perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it to it, and I made pieces to come from up here down, because if I cut this out, I'm afraid I'm going to lose support for the door jambs, and the two bodies might do something nutty. So this is probably not the way to do it. It deserves to be everything new, but it was the bottom half of it was garbage, and you can see I got air under there, both inner and outer. I've got it cut, and I've already made the new pieces to go in, so I could spot weld the daylights out of a new piece. This is one of them that I've made. This is the outer that I've made. I just bent it up. I could have bought all this stuff, but you know how things are when you buy them. I bought rockers, and of course, they look like rockers, but like everything, they don't fit. But the time you get through cutting and hammering and bending, you can torture them into place. And you got to change a couple of little things. But rockers were garbage in the car, so I really couldn't do anything with them. I couldn't even fix what was here. You could see they're full of holes. And and the whole tail end is gone, and somebody got creative with some body putty. So we'll put new rockers in it, but that's easier to do that than to try to fart with these. But everything else I can sew up. This is one of the areas that was bad, and I made a piece to go in here. This piece was garbage, and there was a hole back in here, and I had to weld the plate back there. And then of course it took this out, and I welded a plate in here. Luckily all this gets covered up, but I'll do some more cosmetic work to it. Even though you don't see it, I don't really want it to look too trashy. I can't, getting all those perfect welds like a lot of people do. I haven't reached an understanding with my welder yet, and I am just barely able to get a good weld. But as far as a cosmetic weld, that might be a little different story. I can take a grinder to it and I can make it look good, because I replaced this whole section here all the way down like that. And that's about as good as I can do. And like I said, I'll get a little more creative with a grinder a little bit, because I can make it just a little better. Even though it's covered up with a piece of aluminum, I would prefer not to see anything that's too ugly in the car, even though I ain't making it prettier. And I found a broken leaf. I've got to put a leaf in it, so I'm going to put two rear springs in it, and I'll pull the rear out of it, since I got to take springs loose and clean it. And that way I can do all the cosmetics and crap in here. There's no rust in there to speak of that I need to address. A little piece back here Luckily, a lot of the stuff is flat, so it's fairly straightforward to deal with. I do have some problems with the back fender that I'm going to have to get real creative with. I'm going to have to make some super weird bends and see if I can do it. I do have an English wheel over there in the corner. Of course, it's high dollar Harbor Freight, you know. So it's better than nothing, but not too far from it. And the front fender looks good. I don't have to do anything but clean it real good and get rid of some of the garbage and surface rust and a couple little dents. And the bottom of the doors are in good shape. Nothing in the bottom of the doors at all. Just a couple light touches where they scratched it or whatever they did dragging it in the car. They got to scrape. The engine's done, transmission's done, but I haven't married them together. I just figured I'd come over and start tackling this thing. And I still have some to do over here. Like I said, it probably looks worse than it is because I've made pieces to cover all this to tie it all back together. And once I get it clean enough, I'll prep it before I go welding onto it. See if I can keep it from rusting. I had a little place on the frame right there. Yeah, that I've got to deal with. A little hole. And I already put a little plate over it there. And I put a plate underneath of it to give it a little strength, even though it probably didn't need it. But I put it in there anyway. So it looks a little ugly. But it is getting covered up with the floor, so I'll hide a sin. And like I said, I will address it a little bit more. And I'll fix that hole. But other than that, this side is going to come out okay, I think. Once I get through cosmetically tuning it a little bit more. But overall, I haven't found anything that's too horrible. That side is better than this side. But I'm still going to take it out and put new floor in it. And the trunk isn't terrible. There is a slight hole, but it's a panel going all the way, a piece of sheet metal. So I'm going to just cut that out and put make a whole new piece for it. It's easier to do that than to try to do anything. And I'll dress all this. But like I said, most of this stuff this kind of stuff is hidden with a rug or whatever. And it's straightforward in how it's put together. Nothing weird bends or anything. Nothing I can't do with what I have laying around. So that's about it, I guess. Not a whole lot to see. But, man, you really got to take them apart to fix them. And I hope I haven't lost any shape. I've done everything I could do to measure everything. And both sides are exactly the same. And since I don't have the door over there, that makes it always a little difficult. And the fenders aren't on it, so it's hard to measure anything. But I'm taking it off this side. I made this side straight, where I've got good body lines. And the gaps up here good. So I am copying this side for that side. And I'm hoping that's going to be good enough. So that's nothing else. Shop got nasty and it's 20 degrees outside. So I can't open the door. So that's a wall now. And of course, you see where all the floor sweepings went. Yep, that's it. Just pile it up next to the door. Boy, it gets messy. Been breathing rust and dirt for a while now. So I guess that's really about it. All right, guys. It's short and simple. And like I said, it's got to get ugly before it looks sort of good. And if I can cover up enough stuff, she'll look like a professional did it. And you know better. Okay, guys. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.